So, going to give an update. This is section 3. I actually mislabeled my last section as 3, but that was actually 4. Just going to give an update on some things. I guess the different colors, how they've changed to the season. I've moved some stuff around. So we'll start over here. And this right here is Ariadne. And I've got one in the back that is much larger, but just a great tree. It's constantly changing colors throughout the season. Gives you some nice variegation as well. And I've got this one in a good bit amount of shade. Got some grass, which, as I had mentioned before, I told you that I cut it back pretty deep, but it would grow back really nice, which it has. I've got some additional daylilies here that I'm still debating on what to do with it. This right here is Squirt. And so far I haven't seen a whole lot out of Squirts. This right here is DeShoho. And this was a highlighter red, pinkish red, I guess, earlier this spring, but it's greened up. And I had this in the ground and I dug it up and put it in a pot. And this may be something that I decide to move. Same thing with this. This is a Shindashoho. And this was actually even a little bit bigger. But I had dug up a Peridot Flame and that thing kept falling over. And one of the times I came out, it fell over on this, broke a few branches, but it'll be just fine. I know a lot of people like the DeShoho and Shindashoho because of the doing bonsai and air layering, but I don't do any of that, so may end up deciding to move it. I had planted a bunch of daylilies down here in between trees, and I'll show you another one, but they're starting to bloom. This right here is Dr. Seuss. And this is doing really well. This is She Caddy. And all these right here are going to get pretty much full sun. It's kind of an overcast day, so you're not seeing the sun as much, but and this one is Hogyo Q, and this one's actually really surprising me. I wasn't expecting these type of colors out of Hogyo Q. And this is one that I had it behind the house in more shade and decided to move it out here to see what would happen with more sun, and glad I did, because it definitely wasn't doing any of this in the shade. But yeah, really nice. Alright, this one is Newton's. And this one right here is Golden Globe. And as I said in another video, I'm really impressed with both Gold Coin and Golden Globe. If I had to pick between the two, I think I may even say Golden Globe, just because I do like the shape of it. But yeah, this thing's just putting on a show. Okay. This right here is La Diabla. can see this is getting some nice highlight colors, and it's very heat tolerant. This is a blue shag. You can see all that new growth. And this is garnet. This is Rydell. And yeah, this is one that I thought I had lost, but it's coming back and doing really well. And this is Tacky's Wonder. It's a pretty cool tree. All right, these four, or I guess they're called cordyline, and this one right here, got two of each. This one is called, I think, electric pink, and I think this is like magic star or something similar to that, but this one gives you the green and then gives you kind of the red in between. And you can see the daylily starting to come out, or trying to. I guess you can see them more here. And these I had all dug up and sorted them from the back, I guess from the front area, divided them and just replanted them back here. This is Aocha. This one is Aria. This one's actually a Spanish fir. Right here is Kodamaru. And I think I had this one in a little bit more shade, and it seems to really like it that I put it in the, I guess, full sun. We'll see how it does once we get into July and August, but right now it's really liking it. You can see this one's got like really small leaves. And this is an umbrella pine called Sternet, or Sternschnip. Still little. And this one is Benny Mako. And I'm still trying to figure out where I want this one. All right. Right up here is an English lace, looking really good. All right, this one is called Kerry Blue. This is Otto's Dissectum. And this thing is starting to really give you some nice colors. This is a sea urchin. And let me just confirm. This one is Black Hole. Yeah, and I had mentioned in my previous video, in the other section, I was surprised I put two black holes in the same area, and it turned out I didn't. One was a black hole, one was a black lace. I just had the wrong label on it. Because what you'll see is I generally try to put two labels on. I get the label that I get from whatever nursery it comes from, usually Mr. Maple most of the time, and then I create a second label. And the reason I do that is especially, come wintertime when they're bare, if for some reason I lose the label, it could happen, it could rip off, it could be a branch breaks off on the tree that the label was on. I just want to make sure I have two labels on there just to make sure that I don't forget or not know what which cultivar is each tree. All right, this one is Mystic Makawa. And yeah, this is in pretty much full shade, and it's definitely greener than all my other Mystics, but I do like mixing it up, so I just think it's fun just to see how it differs. And if I want to, I could always dig this up and move it, but I'm actually liking it right here for now. And same thing on this one. This is Red Panda, and this one is fully green. Doesn't look like any of my other Red Pandas. But I'll keep it here for now and just decide later if I want to move it. But they're both growing and doing well. All right, this one is called a Rainbow's End. And this is another Globosa, and you can see it's a little bit bare on the back side. I'll probably repot this, or maybe even put it back in the ground somewhere else. I think I had this one in a little bit too much shade last year, and it was worried that I may lose it, so repotted it, put it in here, and it's rebounded, so probably is safe to put it back into the ground somewhere. This one is called Mile High, and this is supposed to stay pretty columnar and get really tall. All right, and this is Brocade. This one is Edisberry. And I had mentioned in a previous video, really like Edisberry, so grabbed a second one. But you can see this one's getting even, I think, more sun than the other one. It's giving me some of those really nice colors. But this is a coral bark, and the winter interest should be really nice. Right here is Mini Twist. This is Livy. And this one's also supposed to stay pretty narrow. This is a Makawa seedling. This is a Little Sky. And really liking this cultivar. It's going to stay pretty small, maybe 2-3 feet. And this is my only red bud. This is a flamethrower, and the leaves are starting to get bigger. You can see all the nice colors it has. This is a hot blonde, looking really good. This is a piccolo. And I think this one may be struggling a little bit, but I do see new growth on it, so that's always a good sign. But I do see a few brown leaves. All right, this one is hot chicken. And I've had some issues. This one was a lot bigger. It got some. It was actually, I think it was actually in the ground. Got some dieback, a good bit of it. Wasn't sure if it would make it, so I dug it up. Wanted to control the water a little bit better, so I put it in a pot, and it's rebounded and it looks really good. Just a lot. It's probably half the size it was. And then I bought a second one that leaped out and looked amazing, and then out of nowhere it just died on me. But that is part of the journey. And this one right here is lemon chiffon. Got a little bit of color, but for the most part is fairly green, but this will get a nice lemon color later on. This one is called Blue Angel. And it's doing well, but I did worry about this one because that peridot flame that I mentioned earlier, it did land on this at one point. I think that tree fell over probably 6-7 times, and I finally moved it, and I may repot it. I cut that thing back like crazy, and I probably just waited too long to get that one out of the ground. It was just so big. And this is hot sauce. And you can see it's got some pretty dark leaves, doing well. And this one is Tokyo Dwarf. And this is another one that I got at I think the last open house as that I found on the putback table. But pretty nice. And then you can see the Shindashoho right here as well. And you can see up here where it broke off. I lost a few pretty nice branches, but that's okay. It'll rebound and grow back. All right, let's go to this area right here. All right, this one is SSP Tacosmints. It's got really cool looking leaves. This is supposed to have amazing fall color. I didn't notice it last year, so hopefully I get better fall color this year out of this thing. Being in 7B North Georgia, it gets pretty humid, so sometimes you just don't see some of the fall color that you would want, unfortunately. So I usually try to buy more for the spring color, the shapes, summer color. Fall color is probably the last thing that I'm worried about, just to be honest. This is a Mikawa Yatsubusa, and this thing is starting to grow really nice. When I first got this, it was just pretty much going straight up, but as you can see, it's starting to get some character and shape to it. Oh, this one looks really good. This is a Carly's Corner. And you can see you've got a little bit of highlighter colors throughout. And this will stay pretty dwarf, but really liking this one so far. And this is another Ginkgo Snow Cloud. So I've got two of these, and they're both pretty much green at this point. They're supposed to give me white variegation, I'm still learning on some of these, so hopefully I start getting that as the season goes on, but I like the geckos regardless. Alright, this is a sparkling arrow. And these are growing a lot slower than what I was hoping. I may have to try to find a larger one. And this one is Blonde Beauty. That's giving you some nice colors right there. I've seen some nice pictures of Blonde Beauty online, but personally I haven't seen a whole lot out of this tree quite yet. Had it for a couple years now. Alright, this is a Goldfinch. Supposed to be similar to Gold Drift, except it's supposed to give you kind of more like a different type of shape. This is a Bosnian Sunrise. And this is Frosted Purple. And I was never really that impressed with this one, but this year I have been. It's doing really well, and it makes me wonder sometimes if some of these trees, it just takes a couple years to get settled in before you start seeing some of the traits that you're hoping for. Alright, got some coral bells slash heuchera. Here's another golden wool Tony. Nothing's coming out of this, but these are some orange tulips. And I'd actually planted these in the front of the house on one of the islands, but I'd bought another twinkle toes and wanted to put that there, so dug these up and just potted it, and probably see some stuff out of it next year. Alright, this is Snow Kitten. Trying to see some of that variegation. And this will start giving me some pinks at some point. And this is Purple Ghost. And I had moved this this year. It was in more shade, just never really did a whole lot to me, and it's already looked so much better this year being in more sun. But as I've said many times, seems when I dig stuff, I guess, trees up out of the ground, even though I do it late February, they do okay the first year, but it's really the second year where they start looking really, really good, and you know, getting some. Had a few issues with some of the leaves here, and this is Yellow Cascade, and this one's a lot more green than my other ones. Same thing, I think it just gets a lot more shade over here. I think the sun comes up and it gets blocked out by a few trees to the left, but like I said, sometimes I just like having things in different areas just to kind of play with it and see what they do. This is a Toriyama. This is Tattoo. This is Emmett's Pumpkin. This is looking really nice. And this should get a nice orange color in the fall. And I do notice that the leaves on this are smaller than some of my other Japonicums, but really do like how this tree looks and the shape of it. Got another coral bell. All right, I'll film this from the other side as well, but this is pastel, and this has been really nice. I've actually been really impressed this year with not just pastel, but like a nebula as well, which I'll show you in a little bit. This gives me lots of nice colors, good variegation. And you compare it to this. This is a Amber Ghost, which is looking amazing right now. And yeah, I really like Amber Ghost. I've got 2 of them. I did mention that if I found a really nice one at the open house, I was going to grab a 3rd one. Came close on one, but then I decided that I was just more buying it just for the sake of buying it, so passed on it. This is Sahara Ice. And got 2 of these, and one of the things I am noticing is this is supposed to give you white variegation, but I'm not getting it so far. Maybe it'll come later in the fall, but a nice tree. And then this one is another one that really has never done anything for me, but then this year I've noticed it really looks really good, and this is Yasmin. You can see the leaves look really nice. And this has been in the same spot, so it's not a matter of me moving it or anything. I'm thinking maybe it just needed to mature more. But yeah, you can see how nice those leaves look. All right, you can see the Amber Ghost from this side as well. But just really putting on a show with these colors. And then next to it is Uncle Ghost. And I've always really liked Uncle Ghost as well. Just gives you kind of unique colors on this. This is a Gold Drift. And you can see all that new growth. And right here, you can just see the pastel from a different angle. And this is Teomanishki, and I'm not seeing any white variegation on this thing. So I wonder if this is a mislabel. I know the first time I bought Teomanishki for Mr. Maple, they canceled the order because they realized that they realized it was a mislabel. It was actually Nancy's Legacy, and so I canceled the order. Decided not to get Nancy's Legacy at that time. I since then bought another Nancy's Legacy, and then I bought a Teomanishki at open house. But it was winter time, and there was no leaves on it. When it leafed out, it's obviously Nancy's Legacy. So I do wonder if this is really Teomanishki or not. And this is the Emmett's Pumpkin, again, from a different angle. And this is a lily pad. This right here is Earthfire. And this is actually a pretty cool looking tree. Sorry, it's just gotten really windy here. And that's Georgia weather, just As you'll see when I do these videos, it'll be shady, then sunny, then shady, windy, not windy. Just changes all the time by the minute. And this is Rezik doing really well. And then I've got this highlighter blue, which is a Horseman, and I really like Horseman. And here's another nice conifer called St. Joseph Broom. And then behind that is Lemon Lime Lace. And right there is a Fire Chief. And this one's pretty tame compared to my other one, which has more of the red in it right now. And this is Corallinum. This is grained up quite a bit, but this will give you some nice pinkish colors throughout the different parts of the year. And then this one is just highlighter. This is Golden Falls. And this one's got kind of, when I got it, just had like a kind of a unique shape. So I'm still waiting to find that right branch to stake it up. But eventually I'll get it staked up. But yeah, just really nice. All right, and this is Acer Grissom paper bark maple. And you can see some of the colors that it'll get. But what makes it special as well, it's called paper bark, that you see the flaking of the bark. And I showed another one of these. So I've got I think this was a 7-gallon I bought. I bought another 3-gallon. 3 gallons just now starting to get some of the paper bark look. But this was actually one of the last trees I had to leaf out. My other one leafed out pretty early. This one, I was really worried that maybe it didn't make it. I gave it some Miracle Grow, and eventually it leafed out. There were a few areas similar to like this here where you just see sticks. More in the middle, I just cut it out. Maybe I should have given it more time, but I didn't. And this is a Benny Chaparrito. You'll see a lot of these coral bells too, you'll see they start getting these nice flowers. And this is Tanema no Yuki. And it's starting to give me that variegation that this tree is known for. I did have a little bit of dieback, I think, up front, up top or whatever, but I think for the most part, this tree is pretty healthy, and this is actually a really good size one of these. I believe this may have been one I found at open house. I can't remember, but I know I got it from Mr. Maple. I've got 2 of these, but I'm pretty sure this may have been the one I got at open house. Here is a Mayday. All right, just a few more on this side. This is Atlanta Melody. And this is, as I've said in another video, this is one that I've really been very happy with, that I did not know anything about it. Just decided to give it a try, and just really like how those leaves pop. And this right here is Baby Ghost. looking really good. And this one is Hinotori Nishiki. And this is one that I've been a little disappointed in as well. It's a good looking tree, nice shape, leaves look fine, but I'm just not getting the colors that I would have expected. If you have this tree, let me know in the comment section how it's doing for you, and if you have it in maybe more shade, maybe I got to move it. This is the last area for this section, and small area, so this should go pretty quick. This is O.D. Bennett. And you can see a lot of the conifers I have cool variegation. This one gets yellows in it. All right, this is Scarlet Princess, and I really like this tree. And as I said in a previous video, I'm still irritated on this one. This tree was probably twice the size, but when I had a tree service come out here to take down some broken branches, they threw the branch and didn't throw it far enough and took out half this tree. But it's gonna survive, and eventually it'll grow back. But it's just frustrating when you see stuff like that happen. This is a Magishigori, and I'm still debating whether to move this thing or not. It does look good. I mean, it's got kind of cool colors with a green purple mix, but it definitely does not look like my other Magishigori up front, which is like highlighter type colors. So not sure if I just need more sun, and then sometimes I just wonder if things could possibly be mislabeled. If you have experience with this tree, please comment and let me know what your thoughts are on that. This is definitely a Magishigori. And this one's really nice. I'm so happy I found this at an open house, but this is Nemo. And this one had really nice orange colors early spring. I hate that I missed getting that on video, but next year I'll be able to get the early spring stuff done a lot easier, because the garden's pretty much done at this point, and still buying some trees, of course, but I don't have to clear anything out, and that's what takes most of the time. This is Sherman. Looking really good. All right, and this one is Gossamer, and this is doing really good. All right, this one is Green River, and this one will get yellow highlights in the leaves. It just doesn't have it yet. Green Penguin. And this is Beni Hoshi, also known as Ruby Stars. I said in a previous video that I don't get what people see in this tree, and I'll admit I was wrong. It's, as I've said in previous videos, sometimes you just don't see something out of a tree, and then all of a sudden it starts doing stuff, and you're like, oh, okay, now I get it. So, yeah, I like it when it gets this type color. This is a Japanese Princess. Another Hikura. And this one is Oregon Fern. And got a little bit of burn, but not too bad. This is a great tree. That's way underrated. All right, this is St. Michael the Archangel. And this one's starting to do really good now. When I first planted, I was worried about it. It looked like the leaves were struggling, but it's since rebounded and doing well. All right. This is a Fair Lights. And this is a Mugo pine called B-Run. Another heuchera, and this is like a really small sea urchin, but it is doing well. And then this is Hannah Matoya. And it's doing really well here. I've got 3 different ones of these, 2 kind of regular, and then one that's on like a double graft. The one in the double graft is the only one I have in more shade, and I'm thinking I actually may like the colors better in more shade. I mean, this does give you like a nice bright color, but I do like how the it looks probably a little better when it's got some of the more of the whites and the green mixed into it. But not sure I want to move this, but it's an option. Here is another snow kitten. And this one gave me some really good variegation last year, so I expect it to keep pushing that variegation out. This is Mr. Sun. And I really like this one. The leaves are just so different. And behind that is the Nebula. Sorry, it's just so windy. Okay. I've only got a couple trees left. This is a Firefly. And as I've said with my other Firefly, still looks good, but it's not giving me the wow quite yet, but it's just a matter of time. And this one is Yamakagi. It's doing really well. The leaves are really nice on this one. I've got it staked up a certain way just to broken branch, but trying to spread it out just a little bit. And this is El Tigre, looking really good. And then this is my, I guess, a Kotobuki. Yeah, this one, sorry, I'm having to use one hand to hold the tree. It's so windy. This way, sorry. Yeah, this one gives me some really good variegation. I notice I get more variegation on Kotobuki than I do Eridno-Nishiki. If you've got both trees, please comment and let me know if you're seeing the same. On all these, I did cut them back just recently, trying to promote more variegation. I know ideally you're supposed to do it when the right before the bud out, but I was not able to do that, so I figured better late than never. But this is this section of the garden, and you know, one other thing I thought about doing too is I've thought about at some point maybe removing a lot of the trees in this little area and just making a Makowa garden. Nothing but Makowas and different variants of Makowa. So let me know what your thoughts are. Should I do that, or do you like it kind of mixed throughout? But once again, thanks for taking the time to watch, and hope you have a great day.